Hey guys, welcome back to the Dev Masters YouTube channel. This is the second part in my ongoing series, which is about building a basic to-do application using the Flask framework. This is the second video. If you haven't watched the first video, I'll leave a link down to it in the description. In that video, I just showed you basically what the whole series is about, and I also showed you the end product of what we'll be building. That is our final to-do application. So in this video, what I'm going to be focusing on is just showing you guys how you can build a basic Flask project template. So within this video now, I'll show you how you can set up the various files that you require for making a Flask application, set up the configurations for database and other things as well. So by the end of this video, I plan on hosting the projects, that's the current version of the project, on GitHub, so that whenever maybe you want to start a new Flask project, you can just go and clone that one and start using it. If you follow along with the video, you will end up with yours as well, and you can host it on your own GitHub, so that whenever you want to start a new project, you don't have to go and start from scratch. You can just download that template and immediately start coding. Let's get started. I wrote an article for the whole process in this video. I'll leave a link down to the article in the description as well. So this is the article right here on my website, Building a User-Friendly To-Do App with Flask, a Step-by-Step Guide, Part 1. So as you can see, the first thing that you need to do now is create a new directory and open it using VS Code. So this is my new directory which I created right here. As you can see, it's empty. All you just have to do now is open that directory using VS Code like so. You can see it has opened up and there's currently nothing inside of it. So if this your terminal doesn't open up automatically, you can open it right here. Terminal, new terminal. Just give it a second, let it load. For you to be able to follow along with this series as well, you must have Python installed on your system already. Now, I'm not going to show you guys how to do that. There are tons of videos online. You can just check in one out so that you can install Python on either your Mac OS system or your Windows system. So when you are done, if you are sure that Python exists, you can confirm it by typing Python hyphen version. If Python exists, it will bring out the Python version number, as you can see, where mine did. We are done with the first step. The next step that we need to do now is create a virtual environment. Now, first of all, let me explain what virtual environment is. Virtual environment is like an isolated environment for your project packages. What this just means is that our to-do app that we are creating, we are going to be using some third-party packages. Flask itself is a package, so we're going to be using Flask Migrate, SQL Alchemy to interact with the PostgreSQL database, and many other packages like that. So we need to have like a container within which we can house all of those packages. We don't want to install it globally because those packages, they are specific to only this particular application. So that's why we're going to be creating a virtual environment, and to do that, as you can see, I wrote for the two ways. Either you do it on Windows or on Mac. I'm using a Windows machine, so I'm just going to be following that of Windows. Copy this, go back to your VS Code, paste it in. What this does is that Python create a virtual environment. This will be the name of your virtual environment. You can name it whatever you wish, but I normally just like to name mine VENV. So as you can see, you give it a second until when it's done. Wait until the thing is completed. It has created a folder, but it's still adding some other default packages for you. Let us give this like 5 seconds. It should be done soon. Let's say, all right, it's done. So as you can see, it has created a virtual environment for us, and within it we have this Python Excel file, and then inside the library we have these default libraries, default packages. We have pip, which will enable us to be able to install other packages as well. So now that we've created the virtual environment, the next step is to activate the virtual environment, and you can do that by following this command right here. Copy this command and paste it in. This will activate your virtual environment, and for you to confirm that your virtual environment has been activated, you can see that we have this venv right here on our terminal. This is to signify that okay, everything that you are doing now from now on within this particular terminal is associated with that particular virtual environment. So you have access to all of the packages that are within this virtual environment right here. So the next thing I need to do now is to create a requirement.txt file. This is the file that's going to contain all the packages that we're going to be using for our to-do application. So just come to the root folder, right click, new file, paste it in, requirement.txt, and then you come here and copy all of these packages. These are all the different packages that we're going to be using for our application. So we have Alembic, Blinker, this is the Flask, this is Flask migrate for migrating to our PostgreSQL database, SQL Alchemy for querying our database, Ginger for templates, and much more, many others as well. So after you've done that, the next thing that you need to do now is to install the requirements. So all these requirements that you just copied, you need to install them because they are not in your virtual environment yet. So you just copy this command, pip install requirements.txt, paste it in, click on enter. It's going to go out and grab all of those packages and install them inside this your virtual environment so that your Flask project will have access to all of them. Okay, so that while that is going on, let me move on to step 5. Step 5, now we need to create this folder, Flask R. Create it right here, new folder, Flask R. And within that Flask R folder, we need to create this init.py file. So new file init.py. See, now inside of it as well, what we need to do next now is to create two. Okay, inside the root directory, we need to create 3 files. I even with 2. I'll fix this error. So we need to create 3 files. App.py file, which will be the root of our application, to contain all the different routes that we are going to be using. App.py. And we have models.py, which we use to create our models that we are going to be migrating to our database. So create it as well, models.py, and then last but not least, config.py, which will contain all the configuration parameters that we need for our app, like setting the bug, setting the database URL, etc. So config.py. Now inside of it, now we also still need to create 2 other folders, and the static folder and the template folder. The static folder will be where we are going to house all our static files. When I say static files, I mean our images, our CSS files, our JavaScript files, etc. Our all anything like images, CSS, JavaScript, you place them inside of this folder right here. This is just for us to be able to structure our application properly. So we have the static folder, and then the next one is your templates folder. Now this templates folder is just to house your HTML files. That's the HTML files that you're going to be using for your application. That is what you place inside of this templates folder. Okay, I created a file by mistake. It's supposed to be a folder. Yeah, templates folder right here. So when that is done, your directory should be structured like this. As you can see, Flask. Within that Flask, you should have init.py, and we have app.py, we have it, models.py, we have it. We have static, we have templates. This is our templates. It's currently empty right now, but as you can see in the next step, we are asked to create an index.html file. So this would be our entry point. You can actually name this template whatever you want, but I normally like to name my first template, that's the entry point of my application. I normally like to name it index.html. So this index.html file, created within that template directory. New file. It's not valid file or folder name. Let me see what mistake am I making. Okay, it's not working because of there's space before the beginning of the word. So I removed this and it's working now. So we have our index.html. Now we need to copy just like a dummy data because we want to show something to the user since we'll be testing the application. We want to be sure that it's working. So just paste in this. So once we run our app, we should see app is working. That's going to make us know that okay, yes, our app is working correctly. Next thing you need to do now is within that app.py file, we need to create the root route and render the index.html page. That's this index.html file I just created right here. So just come in here and copy all of this. That's app.py. Copy this. What this does is that first of all, it imports Flask, which is what the package that we're going to be working with. That's the framework we're going to be working with. This render template allows us to be able to render that index.html file. This request, although all of these ones, as you can see, we are not using it for now. We are going to be using it for almost all projects that you're going to work on Flask. You will end up using this. That's why I just added it to this video, since we'll be creating a template that we want to be able to reuse. So this render template allows you to render a HTML file. Request allows you to get requests from the HTML file. We have redirect and URL for, which will allow you to move from one route to another. Flash is to display Flash messages, and JSONify is for you to be able to return JSON responses. Then this Flash migrate is for you to be able to migrate your models to the database. And then this models.db, this will be when you've I'll show you what this is about when we've created our models. As you can see, I commented all these ones out because for now we are not going to be using them since we don't have any model yet. It's beyond the scope of this video, but I'll be creating the models in a later video, so I'll show you guys what all of this does. So you just initialize your Flask application and then you create a route. This is our root route. As you can see, it only has one forward slash, which means this is the home page. So I'll show you what I mean when I start the application. And as you can see, it is rendering this index.html file here. So what Flask actually does is that it goes and searches your directory where this app.py file is. It searches for templates directory, and within it starts searching for HTML files. So depending on the name that you put here, that will determine the particular HTML file that that particular route returns. And this one is just to set up our application that should run with debug set to true. Okay, let me see. After that, next thing that we need to do now is to add our configuration parameters. So let me just copy this. No, like I said, we're not using this for now, but since we are creating a template, so our configuration parameter, that's this, we're just copying it and putting it inside this config.py. What this just does is that it imports the operating system, and then it creates for your secret key, it creates random 32 numbers, and then this one just shows the base directory where our application is. You set debug to true. This SQL database URL, this is where we're going to put the URL for our database. That's our database connection string. Okay, the next thing that we need to do now is in our models.py, we need to copy this and add this as well. So where is it? Models.py, copy it and add it. So we now have, we're just getting Flask Flask SQL Alchemy. And remember, like I said, this is just what is going to allow us to be able to interact with our PostgreSQL database. All right, so once you've done all of that, let's confirm that our app is working by running this command right here. So ensure that you are still within that terminal or that command prompt where you have your virtual environment activated. So paste it in, click on it. If all goes well, this is what you should see. So as you can see, our app is running right now, and if we go to this particular endpoint right here, let me copy it, paste it in. You should see, yeah, can you see app is app is working. Let me change something in that particular HTML page. This is okay. Let me refresh it. Can you see? Dev message is awesome. So the thing is actually this particular route. Like I said, this is the root route, and then when you want to create other routes, you can now say start saying slash this slash that. So, but that root route is going to pick the default endpoints as this one right here. and return that particular HTML page as we did right here. So I think that should be everything for this particular video. I just wanted to show you guys how you can set up a basic Flask application template. So this now I'm going to be hosting it on my GitHub, and I'll share the link down in the description as well. In case you want to use it, you can just go there and clone it for any Flask application at all that you want to start building. You can just go to that place, clone it, so that you won't have to start creating all of these files. All you just need to do is come here and edit this place and put in your database URI. Then within this place here, you comment out you uncomment all of this so that you have access, and then within your models.py you just start creating your models. Don't worry if it sounds a bit confusing. As we go down the road on the other videos, you will understand what I mean as I build out our to-do application. So in the next video now, what I'm going to show you guys is how you can create your database model, and then I'm also going to explain foreign key relationship, because if you've watched the first video, you realize that we have two particular, if you're someone that knows about database models, you notice that we have two particular tables. We have the to-do table and we have the category table, and they are related to each other via a foreign key relationship. So I will explain how you can do that and what it means in the next video. So thanks for watching. As always, please do ensure to like, subscribe, and share this video to go a long way in helping my channel to grow. And I'll see you guys in the next video.